Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is for you. Welcome back to a Division 2 video. We have a new named weapon in the building, the Rabid D50. Of course, the Desert Eagle .50 pistol within the game. If you like what you see, if you like what you hear, and you want to stay updated by the Division 2, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. But without further ado, let's dive right in, because it has a very interesting talent to it. And the question will of course be, because it's a pistol, will it replace the quick step and or now the fan favorite whiplash when you're running around with an LMG, for example within escalation? But let's jump over to the D50 and break it all down. So let's go over quickly how we can unlock this. This new D50 in this summer event is now available throughout the gear boxes. This has a 10% chance to drop or a 0.5% chance to drop in prototype. You can then also run around and open those storm beacons, as that will have the same seasonal named loot pool, so you can also get it from these storm beacons. A named weapon and or an exotic will always come with an inscription. It's a rare weapon indeed that can be lethal and less than lethal at the same time. We almost have a 190k base damage, an RPM of 200, a mag of 8, headshot damage of 210 and an optimal range of 18. The headshot damage of 210 is then of course buffed by the build that I'm using at the moment. Then if we scroll down, of course you want to find that with a different attribute on there. There are two attributes on the pistol, as all the pistols are. We have a decent accuracy, decent stability, and a pretty decent reload time of 1.4 seconds. And then of course it's all about the talent, foam at the mouth. After killing an enemy with an headshot, applies in share to the next enemy you hit, and it will amplify weapon damage by 25% to inshared enemies. The beautiful thing about this is you can take out an NPC with an headshot and then switch over to your regular weapon again, and the talent will stay active. I don't know if that's intended or not, but for now we can take somebody out with the pistol, then switch back to our regular weapon, shoot around, and whenever we want to foam somebody down, get an extra 25% amplification damage in, we can just switch over to our Rabid D50, shoot the enemy, he will be foamed, and you can take him out easily. And that is a pretty interesting talent. I'm not the biggest fan of the D50. The handling and where you're exactly gonna shoot is sometimes a big question mark, but overall this talent, foam at the mouth, is quite nice to play around with. Will it replace the whiplash if you're running around with an LMG in escalations? Hell no. Will it replace your quick step so you are 20% slower? I don't know. Overall, I think the whiplash and or the quick step will always be chose above this Rabid D50. It is a very interesting combination if you play this around on a headshot pistol build, where you can just take people out with quite of a lot of damage, and then of course foam the people down that might be a threat to you at that moment, and then keep headshotting. It's quite fun behind the big shield, shooting people and going for the combination of creeping death is also quite interesting. And this is then the build that I utilized, just running around with the D50, big shield, 3 pieces of IA, that will of course give us that extra pistol damage. Then I went for creeping death. Whenever you apply a status effect, it also applies to all enemies within 8 meters of your target. I was also thinking about maybe going for the named creeping death, as that will also give us some extra headshot damage as it is from Hasbro. But for now, for just the testing, I left it this way. Chose to go for some extra survivability in that case. For the Palisade, extra armor on kill. Then of course the chain killer with that perfect headhunter, and then an extra damage for the pistol, and of course the headshot with the punch drunk mask. This is what I set up with and ran around with in the open world. Again, I don't think that the D50 is that easy to handle. There are so many other pistols that will definitely benefit a lot more from this talent, but I think it's an interesting thing, especially within this whole summer vibe. And that we can just proc it, switch over to another weapon, and it stays active is a very, very interesting touch to this talent, if it's of course intended. But overall, what's your opinion about this? Are you utilizing this? Will this be replacing your quick step and or your whiplash? For me, probably not, but it is interesting that the talent stays active while it's holstered. Again, I would love to hear your opinion, but that's pretty much it for me today. Thank you very much for sticking until the end. Like the video if you liked the video or helped you out in any way or form. If you're new here and or you want to be updated about the Division 2, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. And I will see you in the next one. Pure Prime out.